Hey guys, what is up? It's Dustin, the writing tutor here today, and I want to teach you how you can create smooth, integrated quotations. I'm going to go over 4 methods in this video, and I really think it's going to help you with your paragraph responses and your essays. So don't forget to subscribe or follow this account depending on the platform that you are on, because I provide regular support in writing that you're not going to want to miss. At the end of the video, I'll also give you an opportunity to sign up to our newsletter where we also provide further resources and academic support. Right, so the first thing I want to mention is the idea that whenever we quote, we need to attribute where that quotation came from to show that it belongs to somebody else. And one way we can do this in language arts is through MLA citations, where we use the author's last name and the page number in parentheses. Whenever we use a quotation, we need to make sure that the point behind that quotation is connected to the main idea of our paragraph, that it's explained, and that we show how it's relevant to the paper as a whole. One of the most common ways to introduce a quotation is by using a phrase like according to the author, or when the author discusses the intricacies of language, she states, and then follow that with a comma and the quotation. Go ahead and create your own sentence with this quotation from J.R.R. Tolkien. Here's one possible answer using a comma to introduce a quotation. In his poem about Aragorn, Bilbo writes, "All that is gold does not glitter." Note here that we didn't just say Bilbo writes, we actually gave some context for this quotation. Method 2 involves introducing a quotation without any punctuation. Oftentimes the word "that" will help you to achieve this. Let's get some practice with the following quotation from John Green's Looking for Alaska. Here is one possible answer. Like John Green, I believe that the only way out of the labyrinth of suffering is to forgive. Method 3 is my personal favorite. Involves using a colon to introduce the quotation. Just make sure that you have a complete sentence when you're using a colon. So as you can see here, we have a complete sentence before using the colon, and then the quotation is given. Let's get some practice with this quotation from Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass. Okay, let's look at one possible answer. While speaking with the Queen, Alice exclaims that one can't believe impossible things. There's method 2. The Queen argues that Alice has had little practice, a complete sentence, followed by a colon. Why sometimes I believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. So method 4 involves using a few short quotations woven into your own writing. You don't have to use all of a quotation. You can break it up into smaller parts and then paraphrase those parts that you did not end up using. Okay, let's get some practice from this quotation by Marjorie Williams in The Velveteen Rabbit. Here is one possible answer. Marjorie Williams writes that when you are real, your hair may have been loved off, but it is impossible to be ugly, except to people who don't understand. So one question many people have is, can you change a quotation? And the truth is, you can change quotation. The way to do this is to use brackets around the change that you're making and make sure the change is minimal and doesn't affect the meaning of what the author intended. So when should quotations be capitalized? Well, you capitalize the first letter of a quotation if it starts a complete sentence. Don't capitalize a quotation when it's only part of the original, when it's a fragment. And if you need to change the capitalization for your sentence, use brackets around that change. When using quotation marks, remember that they come in pairs. So if you start with a quotation mark, you have to show that you've finished the quote by ending it in a quotation mark. Also, if you're quoting dialogue, use what's called the inverted comma, or that single quotation mark, to show where the dialogue begins and ends within your quote. What do you do if your quote has an error within it? Well, use the quote as it appears, but include the term SIC in brackets to show that you haven't changed anything and that the error is not yours. We help support students in their academic goals. And for that reason, we have a newsletter where we provide regular academic resources, publishing opportunities, and more. Check out the link on this page to sign up. I'm Dustin, the online writing tutor. If this video helped you, go ahead and like it so videos like this will show up in your feed.